These are the things you will discover in a visit to any of America's breathtaking national parks. Today we'll be exploring 9 of these stunning natural attractions and discover why they are an essential part of your American adventure. The National Park System was created to preserve and protect the natural beauty of America's diverse landscapes. Over 270 million visitors per year travel around the world to enjoy this beauty and experience a type of awe found in few other places on Earth. To get an idea of what the National Park System is all about, let's take a look at the park that started it all. It's a land that has defied the passage of time, filled with towering glaciers and pristine forests. It is the world-famous Yellowstone National Park. Founded in 1872 as the first official national park, Yellowstone is a popular natural destination. Nearly 2 million people visit the park per year. The park is world famous for its more than 300 breathtaking geothermal features like the ever-popular Old Faithful Glacier and beautiful springs like Grand Prismatic Spring and Mammoth Spring. Walkways and paved roads allow you to experience the beauty of these and other features up close. Hot springs and glaciers are only one part of the incredible experience you can have while at Yellowstone. The park features more large exotic animals than anywhere else in the United States. Grizzly bears, wolves, bison, and elk all roam much of the park's natural areas. You can catch a glimpse of these animals while hiking Yellowstone's 1,800 kilometers of trails, or while camping in the park's more than 2,000 campsites. If you're visiting during the winter, you might see them while exploring the park on a guided snowmobile tour or snow coach tour. If you'd like to enjoy the beauty of the park while staying indoors, Yellowstone has 9 hotels and lodges with over 2,200 hotel rooms and cabins available. Although Yellowstone was the first official national park, another park inspired the conservation effort that has protected America's natural beauty ever since. Protected in 1864 by Abraham Lincoln, the valley at the center of Yosemite National Park became the driving force behind an effort that led to the creation of America's National Park System. 3.7 million people visit Yosemite National Park per year, most of them spending their time in Yosemite Valley. The valley contains some of the park's most famous attractions, like the sheer granite cliffs of El Capitan and Half Dome, and the park's most spectacular waterfalls, Bernal Fall, Bridal Veil Fall, and Ribbon Fall. Yosemite Valley is also where you'll find numerous places to shop, eat, and stay. If you take a free shuttle, you can explore some of the oldest and largest living trees in existence. Your stay in Yosemite doesn't have to be limited to the valley. The park contains over 800 miles of hiking trails, 3,200 lakes, 1,700 miles of streams, and over 250 unique species of wildlife. Yosemite is also a world-renowned hub for rock climbing. In fact, the park was where rock climbing first took off as an official sport. If you're feeling adventurous, you can take classes and learn to climb anything from small boulders to the kilometer-long face of El Capitan. If you're more comfortable viewing the beauty of Yosemite from the road, almost any drive to the park is guaranteed to be scenic. The most famous route is the Tiagoa Road, which winds through alpine forests and snow-capped mountains. Yosemite also contains several exciting indoor attractions, including the world-famous and luxurious Mahwani Hotel, the Yosemite Valley Visitor Center, and Museum, and the Happy Isles Nature Center, where you can get to know the rich natural history of the park. So far, we've visited 2 of the most famous national parks in America. Not every national park is lush and green like Yellowstone or Yosemite, though. Carved out by the roaring waters of the Colorado River, our next park is a world away from forests and hot springs. Welcome to Grand Canyon National Park. The Grand Canyon was designed as a national park by President Woodrow Wilson in 1919. Native Americans have continuously inhabited the canyon for thousands of years, building incredible settlements within its caves. Grand Canyon National Park attracts over 5 million visitors per year, making it one of the most popular natural attractions in the world. The most popular activity in the park is sightseeing, and for good reason. The park has several fantastic viewing points, including Le Pond, Mojave, and Eagle Point, which are all easily accessible by car or foot. Sightseeing, of course, isn't the only activity the Grand Canyon has to offer. Rafting, hiking, and incredible helicopter tours are all popular. You can also spend a night out under the stars by camping on either the north or south rims of the canyon. If you're more comfortable spending the night indoors, several lodges and luxury hotels are available in the nearby Grand Canyon Village. The village also has a bus network that connects you to local shopping and dining experiences. Whether you're spending only a day or an entire week at the park, you can explore its many historic buildings. You'll find buildings like Desert View Watchtower, one of the few lookout points with full views of the canyon, or Lookout Studio, an art gallery with world-class photography on display. The studio also has stunning artwork, books, and plenty of unique souvenirs for sale. Now that we've toured 3 of the most popular national parks in America, let's explore some of its less crowded but equally breathtaking parks, which encompass everything from towering mountains and lush valleys to thundering volcanoes and spectacular lava flows. The first of these parks, Rocky Mountain National Park, was founded around the same time as Grand Canyon National Park, 1915. The park features majestic mountain views, a variety of wildlife including elk, moose, and bighorn sheep, and stunningly diverse environments. The best time to visit the Rocky Mountains is around mid to late September, as the mountain views turn golden with the changing of the leaves. The roads of Rocky Mountain National Park can take you through meadows, alongside swift flowing rivers, and through snow-covered mountains and alpine forests. One of the most popular activities in the park is hiking, with 349 miles of trails available to hikers of all skill levels. Rock climbing is also popular in the Rocky Mountains. Areas like Long Peak and Lumpy Ridge are famous for rock climbing opportunities they offer. When winter comes, the park is transformed into a quiet, snow-covered wonderland. Activities like skiing, snowshoeing become very popular, with several luxury ski resorts around the park opening their doors. From the slopes of the Rocky Mountains, we now travel to the slopes of active volcanoes. Sitting on the big island of America's 50th state is our next stop, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. Founded in 1916, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park surrounds 2 active volcanoes, Kilauea, one of the world's most active volcanoes, and Mauna Loa, the world's largest land-based volcano. Inside the park, you'll find dramatic volcanic landscapes glimpses of exotic plants and animals, and rich displays of Hawaiian culture and legend. By far, the best way to explore all of this incredible scenery is by road. You can tour the summit of Kilauea on a road which passes through the caldera floor and provides access to scenic stops and short walks. There are several ways to explore the park by foot. Hawaii Volcanoes contains over 150 miles of trails that cut through lush tropical jungle, a tunnel carved out by lava, and scenic volcanic landscape. You can experience these incredible sights day or night on guided tours offered by park rangers. If you'd like a visit more focused around the indoors, you can look around the Volcano Art Center and the Thomas A. Jagger Museum, which features exhibits on both the natural history of the park and native Hawaiian culture. The museum also has a close-up view of Kilauea's active volcanic vent. Food and some shopping are located inside the park. You can learn even more about the ancient myths and lore of ancient Hawaiian culture through activities and presentations held almost every day of the week. Let's start our tour of these natural wonders by once again exploring the sights of America's West Coast. Welcome to Crater Lake National Park. Crater Lake was created by the violent eruption of an ancient volcano, Mount Mazama. Over time, the Mazama caldera was filled with melted snow and rain to a depth of 592 meters, making it the deepest lake in the entire United States. Crater Lake National Park contains miles of scenic trails which often lead through land frequented by native wildlife and end at panoramic lake views. Another 4-kilometer trail leads you to the top of Mount Scott, where you can take a stunning view of the entire volcanic caldera. Activity at the park, along with taking a boat tour to Wizard Island, a cinder cone inside the lake. A scenic drive around Crater Lake Caldera is an option during the summer months. During the winter, snowmobiling, skiing, and snowshoeing all become popular among the park's many marked and unmarked trails. Few activities, however, match the feeling of tranquility you can get from taking a quiet snowshoe hike through the forests of Crater Lake. From the panoramic peaks of America's West Coast, we now travel to our next park, a landscape surrounded by scenic vistas and wide-open valleys of Virginia, one of America's oldest states. Flanked by vineyards and cozy villages, Shenandoah National Park is truly a natural landmark frozen in time. Founded in 1926, Shenandoah is best known for its stunningly scenic roads. The most famous route is Skyline Drive, a 169-kilometer mountain ridge byway which runs the entire length of the park. The best time to travel along the scenic road is during the fall, when the changing of the leaves fills the park with hues of gold, red, and orange. Hiking is also a very popular park activity. Over 800 kilometers of trails loop through Shenandoah, offering access to stunning vistas of the Shenandoah Valley. The most famous trail within the park is Old Rag Mountain, a path offering thrilling rock climbing and some of the most beautiful views in all of Virginia. You can hike through this and other trails unguided, or tag along on one of the many ranger-led walking programs held from spring till fall. When your day of hiking, horseback riding, and bicycling comes to a close, you can pitch a tent in the park's 200,000 acres of pristine campground. If staying indoors is more of your thing, lodging in one of Shenandoah's 2 luxury resorts or rustic mountain cabins is always a fantastic and cozy option. There are adventures to be had outside of the park as well. Several towns near Shenandoah National Park celebrate annual fall festivals, places where you can experience 300-year-old traditions in only a few hours. We're almost at the end of our Whirlwind National Parks tour. If one or more of these parks sparked your interest, you can learn much more about them through a vast amount of internet and paper guides. But now, on to our final destination. Meandering along America's historic East Coast, this natural gem includes unspoiled ponds, woods, and nearly 40 miles of seashore. We end our tour of America's national parks at one of its younger parks, the Cape Cod National Seashore. Established in 1961 by President Kennedy, the Cape Cod seashore is a land brimming with history. It includes Marconi Station, site of the first ever radio transmission across the Atlantic Ocean, and the Highland Center for the Arts. The center displays and protects the heritage of Cape Cod by exhibiting the area's cultural traditions, promoting scientific research, holding educational programs. Once you explore the history of the seashore, you can experience its natural beauty firsthand. Biking and walking trails throughout the seashore wind right down onto the beach. For those more inclined to take in the Cape Cod's seashore beauty from afar, observation decks at the park's two visitor centers offer stunning panoramas. The centers also contain well-stocked gift shops and fascinating exhibits. When your day at the Cape Cod National Seashore comes to a close, the area surrounding the seashore is full of resorts, shops, restaurants, and ways to get a closer look at the historic culture of the Cape Cod area. Well, that's it for our tour of the incredible national park system. I hope you've enjoyed this small glimpse of what America's diverse landscapes have to offer. But remember, in order to truly experience the parks, you have to visit them yourself.